Sometimes you come into agreement with people simply by supporting them. I know that because I was one person that had to be dealt with by God because of that. I deeply cared for someone, and I thought that I was simply just supporting them because I loved them and I wanted them to know that. God revealed the spirit that they were operating in as to why they made the decision that they made, and their decision was direct rebellion to God. And me supporting that person was actually me coming into agreement with that person, which ended up causing me to be disciplined for something that was for them. Now, this is a case-by-case thing, so it just really all depends. Some people have altars that have been built up because of insecurities, because of bitterness, because of anger, because of wounds that they have, really bad experiences and things like that, especially the people who are unforgiving, who sow discord, who are divisive. What I got to witness last year, like people joining hate campaigns and slander campaigns and scandalizing people and gossiping and stuff like that, is that those people did not realize that they were unconsciously making a sacrifice to somebody else's altar. A lot of times when you join these campaigns that are divisive, that are made to tear down other people, you end up losing your peace as well. You end up sacrificing your peace as well. Because now you're constantly following it. Now you're constantly going along with it, constantly trying to watch it, and it consumes you. Sometimes all it takes is just dialogue. It just takes a conversation, and before you know it, you're giving internal consent. And once you get to that place to where you are now defending that person, you are now co-signing that person, you're sharing and reposting certain things, you're no longer just an observer, you're now a participant in the sacrifices and the worship that they have with the altar that they have created. For instance, because I cared so much about that person, even though God had already told me that person is acting in rebellion towards me, I sacrificed my obedience to God. I sacrificed the conviction that I had. I sacrificed my discernment because I didn't want them to feel abandoned. But when we justify the things that people do that they should not be doing, when we try to help people bypass the convictions that they have, when we simply try to make people feel good, and we know what God is telling us, especially if you have prophetic gifts, you don't realize that you're ending up in an agreement with something that was not designed for you to be in agreement with. When you feel the conviction, you can't bypass that conviction. When you see that what they're doing is wrong, you can't justify it. Sometimes you really have to sit back and assess what is the spirit that is working behind that altar. What is the spirit that built that altar? Even if you listen to a person vent about the problems that they have, if you don't directly speak against what they're doing, you may unknowingly enter into an agreement with that person on a spiritual level.